So I want to make a video really quick about the reasons why I want to be an owner-operator. It's becoming more and more apparent that being a company driver with Swift isn't really working for me. So it's not that I don't like it. It's just the thing of sometimes I get forced into loads that I don't want to take. For example, like short haul, or I've done a load where I came off on time and they brought me down from my house down to a terminal to pick up a load that literally delivered 2 miles away, and it was a van load at that. It wasn't flatbed or anything like that. So that that's frustrating. You have hourly guys to do stuff like that. Why do I, as a company flatbed driver, why do I have to do that? So maybe money's not the thing. I've done the math, I've done the research. I don't think that I'm going to be making a big difference in money being a company driver with Swift versus a lease operator driver with Swift. And people like to call it, say it's owner operator. No, it's a lease. I've done the work on it and try to dig into it as much as I possibly can. It's a 4-year lease, and then once you've completed the 4-year lease, then you have 2 years that you have to pay as a buyout, and that's when you become an owner-operator. So it's not, I can't call myself an owner-operator off the bat. No, I'm a lease operator. And those payments are expensive. Gotta say that. It's not like I'm walking doing it blindly. I've done the research on it, and I've done the math and how much money I'd make with this company versus lease operator. Sorry. And it's not that big of a difference. The reasons to do it, for me anyways, is one, I get a new truck. These Freightliners, company Freightliners that they have, these things are tiny. And I do like space a little bit. It helps me stay organized because all this space I don't have sucks. Just be serious about it, it sucks. So if I could have just a little bit more space, that'd be great. Also, I'm not allowed to put power inverters in here or anything like that. That's the stage, is the way it is. I'm not able to do anything special to it. It's got to stay this way. That's it. So I'm not able to put a TV in here or anything like that. I mean, I can, but it has to be, a TV that plugs into a cigarette lighter or something like that. I can't put a bigger TV in here. Just little things like that. I mean, needing a TV in here, that's not a big deal for me. I have things to keep me occupied. But it's just, that restriction of being told you can't have something is what kind of bugs me. Plus, I'll probably end up with the Kenworth anyways. The Kenworths are way better trucks than these Freightliners. I mean, some people have their own opinions, but, running a Kenworth is a whole lot better than running these old freight chasers. Second is load freedom. I was talking about that earlier. I don't get forced into a load. For a while, I've been running this, same regional triangle from here to Texas to either Washington or Oregon, and then back home to California. So that was a really good setup, but now I'm kind of deviating away from it. I don't know why. I was told that that's the triangle I'm going to be running. I'm a regional driver, and I run a specific triangle, and now they're sending me, all these special places. They try to send me over to Wisconsin, Ohio, and stuff like that. And there's a big snowstorm going on over there. I don't want to go over there. So, being able to have that little freedom and being able to say, no, I don't want to go here. Give me something over here instead. I kind of force myself to still run that triangle. I could, say, hey, run me over to Texas. And after that, run me up to Oregon, run me up to Washington, and then run me down the I-5 corridor back down to Southern California. And that would make me a whole lot happier because I know I'm gonna maximize my miles, because from Texas to Washington and Oregon over there in the Portland, Seattle area, that's good mileage right there. And then I'm getting closer to home, which is still another 1,000 that's good. Then, also, I won't have to hassle about the time off. Every once in a while I want to take, just more than just 2 or 3 days off. And being a company driver, sometimes I'll give a shit for that. And, I'm a grown man. We don't get to go home all that often being a truck driver. And when I do go home, if I'm home for 2 days and, okay, well, I got a payday coming up tomorrow, I'd like to take at least one more day off or 2 more days off so that, I can spend my time at home after a payday, take the family out and stuff like that. And sometimes, if I've reached that 3rd day and then, day 4 is payday and I'm just kind of call in and be like, look, let me get at least day 4 off so I can have a payday at home with the family, go out and spend some more money. Then sometimes it's a hassle and they're just like, no, you need to take off. Can't have you sit for too long. And as an owner, I can say, I'm making the payments on the truck. That's up to me. If I don't want to move the truck, that's on me. So the big thing for me, which is my last point, is the title of a business owner. I'm paying for the truck. I'm paying for the fuel. I got to do my own taxes. Just a business owner. That's it. It's something that I've wanted to be for a long time as a business owner. Doesn't matter what it was that I was doing, as long as I own a business doing something. And being a lease operator, I still get told what to do by the company because I haven't paid the truck off. It's still their truck, but I'm still doing all of the smaller things of being a business owner. And then, maybe one day if I do decide to do the buyout, then I can go somewhere else and then I'll be 100% business owner. I can go through a broker, I'll own a truck, so it's all up to me. And that's a big deal. Nobody in my family has ever been a business owner that I know of. I haven't been told of anybody. We've always worked for somebody else, so that'd be great to be called a business owner. I think that would make me feel good about myself, make me feel like I've accomplished something, which is big for me. I want to feel like I've accomplished something in life, and being a business owner can make me feel that way. So I know for a fact it's not going to be something I'm going to do tomorrow, next week. I still got some time that I want to put into it. I want to look into it a little bit more. The 2016 trucks are going to come out here really soon, so there's no really big rush to get into a truck because, they're just going to put me in some 2015 that somebody else had. It has its own personality. Somebody else has slept in the bed, done whatever they wanted to do. I don't know who that guy is, who that girl is, whatever. I don't know what she was into doing, he was into doing inside of that truck. I really don't want to deal with, if I'm going to lease a truck, I want it to be, brand spanking new. I don't want to have to deal with that, I don't want to have to deal with somebody else's ambient. I want to get something that's brand new and make the payments on it. It's something that's going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to have to deal with this company stuff for now, but I think that I want to be an owner and I want to own my own business. And, lease purchasing is going to be the way to go to start off. They have a pretty good program. It's nothing like, what is that place, John Christian or whatever. It's nothing like that. That's the best place to go be an owner operator, but they don't have a flatbed division, so it's not even worth the time. So that's what I gotta say. So thanks guys for listening. I'll holler at you guys sometime.